So yeah, welcome back guys. In this video I'm going to talk about the diagnosis of Cushing syndrome. I know there are many tests which are done in this patient and it is very confusing sometimes to remember all those tests, but don't worry, I'm going to simplify it for you guys, and there is a certain algorithm which we follow to diagnose these kind of patients. So yeah, this is how it is. But before doing that, I would like to touch up upon the physiology of the cortisol secretion. This is hypothalamus, this is pituitary, and this is adrenal cortex. Hypothalamus secretes CRH, CRH acts on pituitary, pituitary secretes ACTH, and ACTH acts on adrenal cortex, and this secretes cortisol. What does cortisol do? Cortisol goes and inhibits the secretion of ACTH, and this is called as negative feedback inhibition. This is the first part. And the second most important thing is this cortisol is secreted in a pulsatile manner, okay? Not continuous but pulsatile manner, and the most of the secretion of this cortisol occurs during the early morning period, which accounts for more than 50% of the entire cortisol secretion, okay? So yeah, this is the physiological part. Now coming to the diagnostic algorithm. So in this diagnostic algorithm, I'll outline the algorithm first. Now let's consider some patient comes with the clinical features of Cushing syndrome. What do we do next? We order a screening test first, and after the screening test is positive, we try to confirm it by doing more specific tests. And if the confirmatory test is positive, then we know for sure that this is the case of Cushing syndrome. Now what? We have the diagnosis. Now what? Do we tell the patient, "Badayo, aapko Cushing so hai"? No, right? We don't do that. Okay. And if we do that, this time patients might have an actual reason to hit you. So please don't do that. Coming back, we did the screening test first, then the confirmatory test, and what next? What next? We would like to treat the patient, right? So, but to treat the patient, we would like to know the source of cortisol. कि cortisol आ कहाँ से रहा है? अगर वो pituitary से आ रहा है या adrenal cortex से आ रहा है? What is the source of cortisol? So उसके लिए एक third test करेंगे, which I'll explain it later. Okay, so this is the outline. Now coming to the explanation part. Okay, now coming to the explanation part of the video. First, we do the screening test. There are 3 screening tests out there. First one is midnight serum cortisol level, midnight salivary cortisol level, and third one is urinary 24-hour cortisol levels. Okay, what is the principle behind this? Principle is that most of the cortisol secretion occurs during the early morning period. So during the midnight, we don't expect to see any cortisol in the blood. अगर मिल गया तो yes, well and good, this is a positive case, positive test. So screening test is positive. उसके बाद क्या करेंगे? We do the confirmatory test. So there are 2 confirmatory tests present available for us. First one is dexamethasone suppression test, and second is low dose dexamethasone suppression test. Okay, dexamethasone suppression and low dose okay, I'm going to start calling it DST. DST and low dose DST. What is the difference between them? DST may we give 1 milligram of dexamethasone, and in low dose DST we give 0.5 milligram of dexamethasone. So you will have 2 questions now कि sir इसका procedure क्या है and what is the exact principle behind this test. Okay, let's cover them first. So procedure is basically we give 0.5 milligram. I'm trying to cover the low dose DST का procedure. So this is how it goes. 0.5 milligram of dexamethasone 4 hourly for 2 days, and we call the patient early in the morning on the 3rd day, and we check the cortisol levels. Okay, so now the cortisol levels can be more than 1.8 or less than 1.8. Okay, if it is more than 1.8, then this is a case of Cushing syndrome for sure. This is a confirmatory test. Now we have the final diagnosis. But if it is less than 1.8, and this is not a case of Cushing syndrome. So अब इसका क्या reason है वो तुम्हें इसमें समझेगा प्रिंसिपल में. So इसका प्रिंसिपल क्या है? बेसिकली dexamethasone का all the functions are similar to cortisol. Dexamethasone goes and inhibits the ACTH just like cortisol. Okay, it goes and inhibits the ACTH secretion. So ACTH is low in the blood. Therefore, cortisol secretion should also be low in the blood. But even after doing low dose DST, dexamethasone suppression test, if the cortisol is more than 1.8, means this mechanism is not working. There is some pathology over there. So yes, this is the case of Cushing syndrome. It is more than 1.8. If it is less than 1.8, तो Cushing's नहीं है. Okay, now we have the diagnosis. What next? We need to treat this patient, right? We need to treat this patient. So in order to treat this patient, we need to know the source of cortisol. Okay, for that we can do ACTH level. If ACTH is more than 20, means ACTH is high, and this high ACTH is the cause for Cushing syndrome, right? So therefore we call this as ACTH dependent Cushing syndrome. But if ACTH is less than 5, then ACTH is less than normal limit. So ACTH cannot be the reason behind the high cortisol. So which means that there is some independent source of cortisol in the body. Okay, so therefore we can also call this as ACTH independent Cushing syndrome. So basically we did the ACTH level. If it is more than 20, then ACTH dependent Cushing syndrome. If levels are less than 5, then it is ACTH independent Cushing syndrome. So clear. Out of these two scenarios, now let's consider the first one, that is the ACTH dependent Cushing syndrome. ACTH dependent Cushing syndrome, we can do MRI brain with gadolinium contrast. Now on MRI brain gadolinium contrast, we can have two possibilities. Either we can see the mass or we cannot see the mass. If we can see the mass on the MRI, then we know for sure that this tumor is the cause of Cushing syndrome. Now from here, surgeon will take over and he'll do the transsphenoidal hypophysectomy, right? Now coming to the second possibility where we cannot see the mass. If we cannot see the mass, then it can be either microadenoma or a paraneoplastic source of ACTH. Microadenoma means it is less than 6 mm and this tumor is not big enough to be visible on MRI. Right. Now how do we differentiate these two, microadenoma versus paraneoplastic source of ACTH? We can do high dose dexamethasone suppression test. Here we give 2 mg of dexamethasone and again in a similar pattern, that is 6 hourly for 2 days. We call the patient on third day early morning, check the cortisol level. If cortisol levels are high, means this cortisol has not been suppressed. So this is a case of paraneoplastic syndrome. If it is less than, if the cortisol levels are suppressed, then this is the case of microadenoma, because this microadenoma has microadenoma is present in pituitary, right? So it has receptors of cortisol. Dexamethasone is similar to cortisol. It can act and suppress if we give it in high dose, right? But this cannot happen in paraneoplastic sources, right? So yeah, this is how it is. We do the MRI, we see the mass, we resect it. If we cannot see the mass, then there can be two possibilities, microadenoma or the second one is paraneoplastic source. How to differentiate this? We can do high dose DST. If high dose DST cortisol is suppressed, means this is the case of microadenoma. If cortisol is not suppressed, then this is the case of paraneoplastic source. Now, case of microadenoma, if we want to still confirm this, then we can do inferior petrosal sinus ACTH sampling. That like थोड़ा थोड़ा फर्स्ट ईयर याद आ रहा है, सुपीरियर सजाइडल साइनस, इंफीरियर सजाइडल साइनस, वैसे ही एक था inferior petrosal sinus which drains the pituitary. So we can check the ACTH level and compare it with the ACTH levels in the blood. If the ratio of ACTH in inferior petrosal sinus upon ACTH in blood is more than 2, then we know for sure, like pakka, this is the case of microadenoma. So again, surgeon will take over, he will do the transsphenoidal hypophysectomy. So done. This is how we treat microadenoma. Now what about paraneoplastic syndrome? उसमें क्या करेंगे? We know कि this paraneoplastic syndrome can be because of small cell cancer of lung. So उसमें we do CT chest or CT abdo or PET scan. उसमें मिल जाएगा. So yeah, this is all about ACTH dependent cause. First one is MRI, mass मिला, निकाल दिया सीधा सर्जन ने. If mass नहीं मिला तो दो cause, microadenoma या फिर paraneoplastic. How do we differentiate them? High dose DST. High dose DST में if it is suppressed, then microadenoma. उसमें वापस confirm कैसे किया? वो inferior petrosal sinus sampling का ratio देखा. If it is more than 2, then पक्का sure है microadenoma है. Surgeon ने वापस pituitary निकाल दिया. If ये हाई डोज DST में कॉर्टिसोल सप्रेस नहीं हुआ, देन दिस इज द केस ऑफ पैरानेप्लास्टिक सोर्स ऑफ ACTH. सो उसमें अगेन वी डू CT abdos, CT chest, CT abdo and PET scan. Done. So now coming to the second scenario where it is called as ACTH independent Cushing syndrome, where ACTH is not the reason behind the cortisol secretion. There is some independent cortisol secretion which is coming from adrenal cortex. So what do we do there? We just order CT abdo. We can see the mass in the adrenal gland. Then if it is unilateral, then we do unilateral adrenalectomy. If it is bilateral, then we do bilateral adrenalectomy. In bilateral adrenalectomy, extra point is it can cause Nelson syndrome, NELSON, Nelson syndrome in future. That's all. So video has finally come to an end. I know this was a very long video. Thank you so much for staying till the end. And if you like this video, then please comment below and share it with your medical friends. Thank you. Bye bye. Cheers.